Hey, hi, happy Friday. Um, how's everybody doing? Um, well, just wait a sec here. Let me wait for some seconds. All right, so I had tons of fun playing Gamehenge last night. That was a dream come true for me. You know, I mean, all I had to do was sit down and learn it, but sometimes the sitting down to do it is harder than the actual task, and so yeah, I finally did it. And I thought it went really great, except for it was super glitchy. Like afterwards, after I played it last night, like later on, I put it on and it was super glitchy. And I'm so sorry, you guys. I'm so sorry about that. I don't know what was going on. I mean, it's been a little glitchy this whole time because I'm just using Facebook and normal Wi-Fi and shit. So I'm sorry it was glitchy, and I love it. I love that piece of music so much that I feel like, I don't know, at some point I want to go to like a better recording situation and do it again with like decent sound and stuff. But I kind of like this satanic ritual vibe visually. Okay, so tonight, holy shit. So last night, two amazing masterpieces got released to the world. Both of them are epic. Bob Dylan released Murder Most Foul about the Kennedy assassination. And Trey released Lotus, which is apparently a song about looking for life on other worlds and meeting aliens, and then I'm pretty sure he turns into an alien at some point, and it's an epic voyage. They're both odysseys, and since they're both less than 24 hours old, I figured we should play them while they're fresh. So the Dylan one about Kennedy is fucking insane, and I mean I'll talk about this later, but Bob Dylan has clearly read both of these books. That one, yep, and that one, yep. These books are incredible. I read them in like a week last summer, and damn, I guess Bob Dylan did too, because this song is just full of whatever facts. But we'll get to that later. First, I want to do Trey's new tune. So yeah, here's Lotus. Tiny dot behind the sun now fills the sky. Is this the one? Move aside, I'm packing light. Heaven's calling, space is tight. A tiny dot behind the sun now fills the sky. Is this the one? Move aside, I'm packing light. Heaven's calling, space is tight. Lava flows quite the same, with no beating heart left to feed on the flames. Pieces of shattered art slide through the square. Count from the right, they speak abacus there. Ghosts fly by, a random glyph strikes my eye. Reflections of the people inside. Their skin seems to shine, memories get left behind. I raised my hand, can I grab a vibe? A tiny dot behind the sun now fills the sky. Is this the one? Move aside, I'm packing light. Heaven's calling, space is tight. A tiny dot behind the sun now fills the sky. Is this the one? Move aside, I'm packing light. Heaven's calling, space is tight. Oh. Count up the dots, there's no time to waste. The comets come circling around for a taste. They feel us from deep in space, sensing their chance. Most rush on by, confused by our dance. I gotta do that verse again, that's such a good verse. They feel us from deep in space, sensing their chance. Most rush on by, too confused by the dance. We're moving fast, this is our time. Some people will be left behind. Around their feet are growing vines. Worlds are strung out side by side. Jump to the next one, waiting in line. A tiny dot fills the sun, fills the sky. Is this the one? Move aside, I'm packing light. Heaven's calling, space is tight. A tiny dot behind the sun fills the sky. Is this the one? Move aside, I'm packing light. Heaven's calling, space is tight. sweetest petal in the wind, a blossom in the stream. The morning dew falls on my face and wakes me from my dream. Dream, 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 dream. There was a land not far from here where everyone was glass. I saw right through their body, I saw right through their bodies, but they would not let me pass. They told me to abandon hope, to wish it was a mistake. Their hopelessness was very clear, but I remained opaque. More I reached beyond them as I tried to slither my way past. The harder they would push me until I gave up at last. But then I saw beneath my skin, through veins, through my bones, as my body turned to glass, they left me there alone. They left me there alone. Just as my last ray of hope attempted to depart, the flower in the breeze awoke the beating of my heart. I reached with my transparent hand and pulled it from the air, and suddenly a council made of glass was standing there. was returned again, and clearly I was not like them. Underneath a lotus tree was where my trial was supposed to be. My crime was I did not renounce the hope that they all live without. Their evidence was my lone flower that strengthened me and gave me power. The verdicts came with no delay. I was guilty, I should pay. Before the sentencing could be, I ran and I shook down the lotus tree. The blossoms along the snow, upon the heads of those below, screams rang out as bodies scattered, flowers fell and people shattered. Screams rang out as bodies shattered, flowers fell and people scattered. The flowers they could not withstand, reduced their glassy forms to sand. And soon a blissful silence fell upon the sandy lotus nail, upon the sandy lotus nail. A wind came up and gently blew the petals all around. A lightly falling mist then reached the sand into the ground. Into the I watched the petals flutter by and land upon the stream. I raised my face and let the water wash my body clean. I watched the petals flutter by and land upon the stream. I raised my face and let the water wash my body clean. Wash my body clean. Wash my body clean. Wash my body clean. Tiny dot behind the sun, a tiny dot behind the sun now fills the sky. Is this the one? Move aside, I'm back in light. Heaven's calling, space is tight. A tiny dot behind the sun now fills the sky. Is this the one? Move aside, I'm back in light. Heaven's calling, space is tight. Space is tight. Something like that, Jesus. Oh man, that is so much fun. I love jumping in. So like, so one of the things we talk about in Electric Beethoven all the time is how these aren't songs, they're games. If when you call them songs, that implies that there's like a right way to play them, or a right style, or a right melody, or a right groove, or a right arrangement. And Todd Stoops and Clay Welch and Josh Raymer and I have really developed this thing where they're not songs, they're games. And so when we're writing a set list, it's like, which games do we want to play tonight? And when we approach it that way, it's just for fun. So I hope nobody's bothered by me having fun with these little games here. Okay, so that was Trey's tune that he released yesterday, Lotus, about looking for alien life and turning into an alien himself, and then some sort of pestilence upon the earth, and the plant life dying. And I don't know what's going on with Tom Marshall and Trey, but they're thinking about heavy stuff and they're working fast, and I love that. So the other song that got released last night that is equally epic was released by Bob Dylan at like midnight, and it is called Murder Most Foul, and it's about the Kennedy assassination. Now he was 22, right? He was 22 he was 23 when the Kennedy assassination happened, and he had been a celebrity for about 6 months. And he was getting an award that night, or maybe like a couple of days later, and there's a famous story about him being at this like poetry, folk, rich people fundraiser thing, and he was supposed to be the keynote speaker. And he got up there and he was super drunk, and he just talked about how all of them were, I forget what he said. He said some super surreal shit about them all being Mr. Jones, basically. There's something happening here and you don't know what it is, do you, Mr. Jones? Like, he basically made that speech, and he was just like, fuck it, But that is the closest he ever came to referencing the Kennedy assassination, which I know was devastating for him. And he finally put it out in this tune where I feel like, so there's 5 verses, and he walks you through, I guess, what it felt like that day what was going on internally for him that day and like the days afterwards. And it sort of details about the murder mesh with like just mundane everyday things. And he's looking for metaphors that make sense. So he's like tries different ways of, it's amazing. And then the last verse, the fifth verse, then the fourth verse, he basically talks about the rest of the 60s and how all this released energy was kind of accelerated by that incredible chaos that happened when Kennedy was killed. So he talks about that shit, but then he starts. So then this is my favorite thing about the song is that he starts in the last verse just listing artists that he loves and specific songs, like he's giving you a playlist. And several things struck me about it. One, we like a lot of the same people, not surprised. Two, what was two? Two, it seems like he is, I could totally be projecting my own thing on him. And actually that's what makes Bob Dylan, is that everybody projects their own thing onto him. But it seems to me like he's listing all these at the end of the song. On first glance, it's like, why did he end this heavy song with a list of artists with the command, play this, play this, play this? And I'm like, because like me, in tough times, his records are where he gets his medicine. And so I'm just sort of like, so here's this traumatic, devastating event, which he recaps in all its detail. And then he just lists all the music that he uses to cope with the world since this happened anyway. So I personally have read a lot about the Kennedy assassination, and I highly recommend The Devil's Chessboard, Alan Dulles, The CIA, and the Rise of America's Secret Government. It sounds like crazy shit, but it's actually not. It's a history book. And then this one is fucking unbelievable. And both of these are very recent. And also there's there's a YouTube lecture. I know I'm geeking out hard, but stay with me. There's a YouTuber that, if you're at all interested in what happened to Kennedy and why, if you're just interested in that shit, here, I'm going to put it on the chat. Watch that 3-hour lecture from a doctoral history professor at the University of California, Berkeley. This is he put all of his lectures online like 5 years ago, and this talk is retarded. So anyway, sorry to say retarded. It's old habit. Cool. So, okay, so there's 5 verses. It goes on for a long time. So what I figured I would do, he plays it all in the key of C. So I'm going to start in the key of C, but every verse I'm going to move up a minor third. So the second verse will be in E flat. The third verse will be in G flat. The fourth verse will be in A. And then one more minor third up is back to C. So it'll end where it began, which is satisfying on so many levels. Word. That's my plan. I'm sticking to it, unless something breaks. Bob Dylan, man. Jesus Christ. I saw him play for the first time ever in person in October. It was unbelievable. I wonder if he recorded this after that. It's hard to say with him. I feel like he's got a warehouse full of genius recordings that he likes them because no one's heard him. Anyway, enough talking. Okay, let's see how I'm going to do this. It's close. Close enough. was a dark day in Dallas, November '63. A day that will live in infamy. President Kennedy was riding high. It was a good day to be living and a good day to die. Being led to the slaughter like a sacrificial lamb. He said, wait a minute, boys. Don't you know who I am? They said, of course we do. We know exactly who you are. Then they blew his head off while he was still in the car. Shot down like a dog in broad daylight. It was a matter of timing, and I guess the timing was right. Oh boy, you got unpaid debts we've come to collect. We're gonna kill you with hatred, we're gonna kill you without any respect. We'll mock you and shock you, and we'll put it in your face. We've already got someone else here to take your place. The day they blew the brains out of the king, thousands were watching, no one said a thing. It happened so quickly, so quick, by surprise, right there in front of everyone's eyes. Yeah, it was the greatest magic trick ever under the sun, perfectly executed, skillfully done. Wolfman, oh wolfman, oh wolfman, howl, woo, rub-a-dub-dub, it's a murder most foul. Hush, you little children, you'll understand. The Beatles are a-coming, they're gonna hold your hand. Slide down the banister, go get your coat. Ferry across that Mercy River, go for the throat. There's 3 bums coming, all dressed in rags. Pick up the pieces, lower the flags. I'm going to Woodstock, it's the Aquarian age. Then I'll go to Altamont and sit near the stage. Put your head out the window and let the good times roll. There's a party going on behind the grassy knoll. Stack up your bricks, pour the cement, and don't say Dallas don't love you, Mr. President. Put your foot in the tank and then step on the gas. Try to make it all the way to the triple underpass. Blackface singer, whiteface clown, you better not show your faces after the sun goes down. Oh, up in the red light district, they got the cop on the beat. Living in a nightmare on Elm Street. When you're down on Deep Ellum, put your money in your shoe. Don't ask what your country can do for you. Cash on the ballot, money to burn. Dealey Plaza, make a left-hand turn. I'm going down to the crossroads, gonna flag me a ride. The place where faith, hope, and charity lie. Shoot him while he runs, boy. Shoot him while you can. See if you can shoot the invisible man. Goodbye, Charlie. Goodbye, Uncle Sam. Frankly, Miss Scarlett, I don't give a damn. What is the truth? Where did it go? Ask Oswald and Ruby, 'cause they ought to know. Shut your mouth, said a wise old owl. Business is business, and it's murder most foul. All right, here we go. This will be fun. Tommy, can you hear me? I'm the acid queen. I'm riding in a long, long black Lincoln limousine. Riding in the back seat, right next to my wife. Headed straight on into the afterlife. Well, I'm leaning to the left, I got my head in her lap. Hold on, I've been led into some kind of trap, where we ask no quarter, and no quarter do we give. We're right down to the street where you live. They mutilated his body, they took out his brain. What more could they do? They piled on the pain. But his soul was not there where it was supposed to be at. For the last 50 years they've been searching for that. Freedom, oh freedom, freedom, freedom over me. I hate to tell you, mister, but only dead men are free. Send me some loving, tell me no lie. Throw the gun in the gutter and just walk on by. Wake up, little Susie, let's go for a drive. Cross the Trinity River, let's keep hope alive. Turn the radio on, don't touch the dial. Parkland Hospital's only 6 more miles. You got me dizzy, Miss Lizzie, you filled me with lead. That magic bullet of yours has gone to my head. I'm just a patsy like Patsy Cline. Never shot anyone in front or behind. I've blood in my eye, got blood in my ear. I'm never gonna make it to the new frontier. Zapruder's film I seen the night before. Seen it 33 times, maybe more. It's violent, deceitful, it's cruel and it's mean. It's the ugliest thing I ever did see. They killed him once, they killed him twice, killed him like a human sacrifice. That day they killed him, someone said to me, son, the age of the Antichrist has only just begun. Air Force One coming in through the gate. Johnson sworn in at 2:38. Let me know when you decide to throw in the towel. It is what it is, and it's a murder most foul. What's new, pussycat? What I say? I said the soul of a nation has been torn away, and it's beginning to go into a slow decay. It's 36 hours past the judgment day. Wolfman Jack, he's speaking in tongues. He's going on and on at the top of his lungs. Play me a song, Mr. Wolfman Jack. Play it for me in my long Cadillac. Play me that Only the Good Die Young. Take me to the place Tom Dooley was hung. Play St. James Infirmary and the King of Court of St. James. If you want to remember, you better write down these names. Play Eddie James too. Play I'd Rather Go Blind. Play it for the man with the telepathic mind. Play John Lee Hooker. Play Scratch My Back. Play it for that strip club owner I met named Jack. Guitar Slim is going down slow. Play it for me and play it for Marilyn Monroe. Please play, please don't me let fuck. One more time. Play, please don't let me be misunderstood. Play it for the first lady, she ain't feeling too good. Play Don Henley, play Glenn Fry. Take it to the limit and let it go by. Play it for Carl Wilson too, looking far, far away, down Gower Avenue. Play some tragedy, play Twilight Time. Take me back to Tulsa, to the scene of the crime. Play another one bites the dust. Ride the pink horse. Oh, what? Okay, hold on. Play another one and play another one bites the dust. Play that rugged old cross. Play in God we trust. Ride the pink horse down that long and lonesome road. Stand there and wait for his head to explode. Play Mystery Train for Mr. Mystery, the man who fell down dead like a rootless tree. Play it for the reverend, play it for the pastor, play it for the dog that ain't got no master. Play Oscar Peterson, play Stan Getz, play Blue Sky, play Dickie Betts, play Art Pepper, play Thelonious Monk, play Charlie Parker, and all that junk. All that junk and all that jazz. Play something, something for the Birdman of Alcatraz. Play Buster Keaton, play Harold Lloyd, play Bugsy Siegel, play Pretty Boy Floyd. Play the numbers, play the odds. Play Cry Me a River for the Lord of Gods. Play number 9. Play number 6. Play it for Lindsay. Play it for Stevie Nicks. Ooh. Play Nat King Cole. Play Nature Boy. Play Down in the Boondocks for Terry Malloy. Play It Happened One Night. Play One Night of Sin. There's 12 million souls that are listening in. Oh, play the Merchant of Venice, play the Merchant of Death, play Stella by Starlight, play it for Lady Macbeth. Don't worry, Mr. President, help's on the way. Your brothers are coming, they'll be here to pay. Brothers? What brothers? What's this about hell? Tell them we're waiting, keep coming, we'll get them there as well. Love Field is where his plane touched down, but he never did get back up off the ground. It was a hard act to follow, second to none. They killed him on the altar of the rising sun. It was a hard act to follow, second to none. They killed him on the altar of the rising sun. Play Misty for me and that old devil moon. Play Anything Goes in Memphis in June. Play Lonely at the Top, play Lonely Are the Brave. Play it for Houdini, spinning around in his grave. Play Jelly Roll Morton, play Lucille, play Deep in a Dream, play Driving Wheel, play the Moonlight Sonata in F sharp. And a key to the highway for the king of the harp. Play Marching Through Georgia. Play Dumbarton's drums. Play Darkness and Death Will Come When They Come. Play Love Me or Leave Me by the great Bud Powell. Play The Bloodstained Banner. Play Murder Most Foul. Good Lord. Man, I love songs written by people that age because they have nowhere to go and nothing better to be doing. And they just like, man, Bob Dylan. Dude, you know what I caught that time that I didn't catch earlier today is when he says, play it for Houdini spinning around in his grave in the last verse. He's referencing in the first verse when he goes, where is it? Jesus, this song is long. In the first verse, he goes, it was the greatest magic trick ever under the sun, perfectly executed, skillfully done. Which is true. It was the greatest magic trick ever performed. Well, dearly beloved, where'd you go? Oh, there you are. Well, super fun. Those were two very epic songs, and I feel a little epic right now. I feel like I got epicked. Fucking amazing, man. I love what Trey and Tom Marshall are cranking out. Really cool. Really like almost like serendipitous, you know, because you know, it's like I'm sure they felt those songs coming for a while, and then suddenly the conditions happened to match the songs. I don't know which came first, the chicken or the egg, the pandemic or the songs. Who knows? But man, that was a really fun sesh. Those are two amazing games. Much love. I'll see you guys, I don't know, tomorrow. Bye.